from Dhananjay Kumar, and welcome to few wonderful quotations on rationality. And this discussion we are having is part of a series about 200 videos already we have published. So I hope you are watching some of those, which are very enlightening and encouraging. So the quotations about rationality. So this is kind of a lengthy quotation, but it's worth sharing by Amaury de Raicourt. Rational intellect is essentially a blocking mechanism, which means you block things which happen beyond the rationality, the idea of rationality that we have. Something happens out of the way, never happened before, and we regard it irrational, therefore we block it. Okay. So rational intellect is essentially a blocking mechanism intended to bring up the level of waking consciousness only those thoughts that are practically useful. So waking consciousness is when we are awake, and waking consciousness is a very small part of the total consciousness we have access to. So we entertain in waking state only those thoughts that are particularly useful in helping the living process, interacting with others, following the rules and regulations, and living a disciplined life. That's where rationality is very relevant. Everything else is shoved back into the unconscious, where it becomes part of the stuff that dreams are made of, which is the essential constituent of the subject himself. So the subject himself is made of much more than waking state consciousness. There is dream state consciousness and there is deep sleep state consciousness of which we are not aware. Dreams, we become slightly aware because we see and experience the dream in partly sleeping state, not deep state, deep sleeping state. So these three levels of consciousness, we ignore two of the three. We are only aware of the waking state consciousness, where rationality is operational, and we pay attention to rationality, therefore we are aware only of the waking state. The other two states are ignored, which are actually even more essential part of our being. And the next quotation is George Zebrowski. The rationality of our universe is best suggested by the fact that we can discover more about it from any standing point, as if it were a fabric that will unravel from the thread. The rationality of our universe is best suggested by the fact that we can discover more about it from any starting point, as if it were a fabric that will unravel from any thread. So, the picture here is that the rationality of the universe, and as you may be aware, all rationality or reasoning gets distorted or it gets revised and reformed when new knowledge is acquired. So all reasoning, all rationality, all logic is based on what I or you or we knew based on past knowledge, past experience. If some new experience happens, which will obviously, naturally, will not fit the rationality of the past, we have to accept it, adopt it, and modify our rationality so that this becomes part of our understanding. Or, even better, keep rationality as only part of your knowledge system. but do not count on it to enhance your knowledge, because all revolutionary changes in science, in thinking, in awareness takes place outside the realm of rationality. So this is a very useful and very instructive moment to realize what George Zebrowski is saying. The rationality of our universe is best suggested by the fact that we can discover more about it from any standing point. That rationality can always upgrade it from any standpoint, as if it were a fabric that will unravel from any thread. So the fabric of rationality can unravel from anywhere based on the new knowledge we acquire and the validity that we examine. So the learning process continues. Let us not get stuck with one set of rationality and logic. Thank you for watching and paying attention. We'll meet again soon.